Morning, how are you? It's Friday morning, the end of another week. Caroline from Complete Fitness and Wellbeing with your 5 moves in 5 minutes. Today's 5 moves are our balance and strength moves, which we have in our 8:30 class on a Friday. So as always, midlife movement is so important in all aspects of it. And today we're going to test our balance a little bit with a couple of our regular every week moves. Good morning, and then some additional moves to add a bit more strength or variation to them. So if you're going to join in, fantastic. But as always, make sure you're already doing what is right for you, your health and well-being, and things that you know that work for you. And as always, you have a clear, safe space that you're working in. If you need help or something to hold on to your balance, have that close to hand as well. There is no harm in holding on to something when we're doing different moves and just getting a sense of how things feel before we may progress. So let's begin. We're going to start off with, again, one of our very regular every week moves, our tiptoe. We're going to got our slight bend, tiptoe, straighten, lower move. So again, we're coming up onto the toes, 45 seconds. Going to start off by gently hinging at the hips, knees bending, gently coming up and then lowering down. So hinge, gentle squat onto tiptoes, coming up and down, down, tiptoe, straighten, lower. So again, I'm getting to sense how my hips feel, my knees, my toes as I come from tiptoes, and my balance as I come back up again. Feet are hip width apart because again, everything's sort of nicely lined, sort of under the hips, creating that little bit more balance as well. Maybe having a focal point if that helps, if you're feeling a little bit wobbly. Focal point's always a great place to start. Lovely. From here, we're going to just do a bit of a hip mobilization. Again, I'm standing feet hip width apart. I'm going to bring my left knee up. Now the movement is coming from my hips. I'm aiming for that hip or the top of the leg bone in that hip joint to just gently wiggle. As if a sort of windscreen wiper. My knee is bent, but the knee's not doing much of the work at all. So I don't any work. The movement is coming from my hip. So if you rest your hand on the side of your hip, again, you can feel that movement coming there. But obviously being mindful, if you have any hip issues and it wasn't suitable, then please don't. Or do an alternative that you know is okay. So I'm mobilizing, again, the muscles around this hip. Again, it's going to help us be able to move freely, help with our squats as well. But just enable that everything can do what it needs to do. Because sometimes with our balance could be at a moment's notice, we have to adapt. Oh, and pause. Right, next three. First one, I'm using a little Pilates ball, but you could use a cushion or just your hands interlaced. We're going to rotate round and then rotate up, spiraling. So my right foot's going to stay grounded. My left foot's going to step back. I'm going to reach my ball down to the outside of my left shin. As I come up, I'm going to bring my left knee up, rotate my arms around, almost I'm going to the corner of the room. And then I'm going to rotate back down again. So in a sense, I am doing a single leg movement, but as always, we can adapt to this. So it might be you don't want that back leg to come off the floor. We can just step it back, keep the toes on the floor, gently come up and rotate. So we're still getting that change of movement throughout the body. Oops, again, balancing. But if we're okay with taking that leg off and then bringing it up, maybe pausing and rotating round. Next round in the class, we'll do the other side. Now the next move, we're going to do a halo and around the world and under the legs. So I'm going to start off again with my right leg bent. I'm going to draw a halo, pass the weight around my body and then under my knee, back round, halo, under or over the knee, doesn't really matter. All the while, that way around, the lower body is staying put. Now, if taking something underneath didn't feel comfortable, again, we might just stand and we could do our halos and just around. But upper body is moving whilst lower body is stabilising. Which way am I going now? And actually, it doesn't matter which way you do, which order. You can sort of freeform with this. But we are getting that shoulder mobility, that core activation, because it's having to work with stabilisers, the balance as well. Lovely. Now, last move. We're going to do a side step with a little leg raise, coming up into a knee high, maybe into a single leg lunge. So I'm going to take my step out to my right, gently bend my knee, hip back, lift my left leg up, come up, knee high, and then gently hinge back, maybe arms long or arms forward. Come back, side step, bend the knee, push the hip back, lift that leg up, push back up, knee high. That could be enough, or if we wanted to, we could hinge, reach down or reach forward, come back up, side step, bend the knee, push the hip back, lift up, come back, knee high, maybe into that single leg lunge. So again, we're stepping out, we're coming back, we're holding, and we're changing. There we go. And next round, we will do the other side as well. So there you go, 5 moves in 5 minutes that we'll be doing in the class today. A mixture of movements that we practice regularly, so then we can see how we progress in terms of our tiptoes, bends and lowers, and then adding different moves. Think about the movements you do throughout everyday life, how often your balance is involved that you may not be aware of. Every time we turn, reach, pull, push. So when we hone in on it, again, it just emphasises that and just makes us more aware, which is brilliant. So have a great day. Let me know how you get on. No 5 moves in 5 minutes next week, as I've got a week off. So enjoy the rest of August, and I'll see you back at the beginning of September. So take care, and I'll see you soon.